Hey guys, it's Sal from House of Guy Python. So in this week's video, I'm doing Calico versus Pied in another versus contest. So I figured I'd pick these two just because they have similar effect, bringing a lot of white kind of randomness to ball pythons. So I hope you enjoy the video and let's get into it. Okay, so we'll start off with Pied as our first contender basically. So one of the first things I'd like to say about Pied, I feel like Pied is one of those animals that brings a lot of people into the hobby just because of how visually crazy it is. I mean, you're getting a lot of these random white kind of blotches everywhere. It's bringing in kind of a different look depending on what we're mixing into it. So, you know, now we're at a point where we kind of know how the genes are working with Pied. So if you prefer a high white Pied, you can add things like black pastel, cinnamon, spider, spot nose, and even fire can bring some high white. And then on the other side of the fence for that, we can bring things in like pinstripe, enchi, or even super enchi. Now there aren't as many genes that are making consistently low white Pieds, but at least with enchi and pinstripe, we can really work strong towards getting those low whites. I feel like the preference usually is a mid to low white Pied, but some people prefer the high white, so it's just kind of nice that we can go both directions now. So we've gone over kind of the pattern changing effect that we can do with Pied, and then there's also the color effect. So if you kind of like more your bright Pieds, you can do things like fire, yellow belly, orange dream, desert ghost brings a really nice light coloration, especially as they age. And then there's also the darker side of it. So there's some really nice dark Pieds that you can mix with like black pastel, leopard, Mojave, things of that nature. And then we're getting into trying to get like a wackier pattern into Pied. Recently I saw Hans made a hurricane Pied, and that thing looks pretty crazy. I think he did a super hurricane Pied as well. So we could try to manipulate the pattern as well, and clown Pied is another one I definitely want to bring up just because clown Pied I feel like manipulates the pattern quite a bit. And I've noticed actually quite a bit of the adult clown Pieds especially, they have a different look to them. They kind of age in a weird way, some of them. I know on one of Garrick DeMeyer's videos, he showed off one of his pastel clown Pieds and it looked pretty interesting as it aged. And he said it kind of changed as it aged, and I've noticed a couple others online that have said similar things. So another good thing about Pied is it is a recessive project, so I feel like recessive projects just have a bit more reward when you're able to produce the animal you're looking for. So that's the one up it does have on Calico in my opinion. Now in terms of visual, that obviously doesn't make any difference to most people, but you know, if we're gonna do these matchups, we have to kind of look at it at each angle. So I feel like that getting into Pied is a bit more rewarding once you produce those animals. So we've gone over Pied a little bit. Obviously there's so many different things we can put into Pied. You know, I just kind of wanted to point out its kind of its basis, I guess, of how it looks and what it does in terms of pattern and color. So we've gone over whether it can be high white or low white animals. We've gone into color and kind of a little bit of a backstory in terms of it being a recessive and you know, being more rewarding. So let's jump into Calico. Okay, so going on Calico's side, so basically Calico is really nice because it's bringing in a lot of weird kind of white pixelated amount of pattern, and there's high expression Calicos and low expression, meaning high expression would be more so like getting a lot of white into the animal and seeing a lot of the alien head being taken over by that white. And then you're getting a lot of pixelation within that white. And then low expression, meaning that there is not a lot of white, so you're barely seeing any white, just kind of like the animal I'm showing you right now. So this is our Firefly Calico Leopard. And see, as you can tell in him, he doesn't really have any of that white pixelation showing. But he's getting a lot of contrast from the Calico gene, which will bring me to my next point here. So not all the time will you get this high expression Calico like I showed you with my pastel Calico there previous, but once in a while, especially like with my Firefly Calico Leopard male, that Leopard and Calico are kind of fighting against each other to see who can bring that pattern. And obviously Leopard is a very strong gene visually, so you're not seeing the Calico come through in terms of the white pixelated in the alien heads, but what we are seeing is that I feel like Calico can make adults look a little bit more vivid. They have higher contrast in the animal, and if you look up just a Firefly Calico, versus a Firefly Calico Leopard, there's quite a bit of difference. But I feel like one thing that it's bringing is it's making it age a little bit better. Like I was saying, it has a higher contrast. Another nice thing about Calico is it brings in these really nice oranges. It can bring in this really like kind of deeper orange, light oranges, and even peach sometimes into the animal. And it'll also, another cool thing is the last third of the tail, it kind of almost melts away the pattern. It disrupts it quite a bit. So if you see a very general pattern near the last third, sometimes it can really mess up that last end. It makes it for an interesting snake because it's kind of random when it does it. And I'm showing you right now in the pastel calico female that we have here. And as you can see near the end of her tail, you're getting that kind of messed up pattern. It kind of switches things up. So I really enjoy that about Calico. So like I said, just an overall really nice gene. I knew this week was gonna be a kind of a tight matchup, just like I did last time when we did Clown versus Desert Ghost. So let's find out who I think the winner is. All right guys, so it's a very close matchup. Before we figure out who I think the winner is, I wanted to show off a couple of the animals that we have here. So I have 2 Calico animals I'm gonna show off, and then 2 Pied animals I'm gonna show off. And we can kind of see visually for the difference, especially anyone who's new to the hobby and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but we'll get into it and you can kind of take a look for yourself. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video. Before we take off, I'm just going to announce who I think the winner is. For me, I would say it's gotta be Pied. Now, I love both jeans, obviously, as I have both in my collection, but Pied really got me into the hobby, to be honest, so I had to choose Pied. It's just overall, I feel like it's really hard to beat any combo Pied, whether it's high white or low white. Now, obviously, I prefer low white, mid to low white animals, just because I feel like I like to have a little bit of pattern, but then just some random white blotches. Calico, like I said, is still one of my favorite jeans. I'm hoping to produce some more Calicos this year. We have about a week until our Mojave drops clutch from that Firefly Leopard Calico that you guys saw. So I'm super excited about that. But anyways, so like I said, I'll have to give it to Pied. But if you guys think otherwise, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite is, if it's Calico or Pied. And I'd love to hear what everyone has to say. Don't forget to stay positive and focused out there. We drop videos, new videos every Saturday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So check your time zones and make sure you drop by. There's usually a bunch of people who come and chill in the live chat, so we always enjoy that. If you guys don't mind, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and we'll talk to you guys next week.